Today's story is called the Ten Commandments. Do you remember all of God's people that Moses led out of Egypt, those people that were being kept as slaves? Now, they were living out in the wilderness with Moses, and Moses was leading them towards the new land that God had promised for them. Now, one day, when Moses was spending some quiet time up a mountain with God, Mount Sinai, Moses was spoken to by God, and God gave him 10 rules all about how the people should be living. And these are what they were. Moses came down from the mountain and he wrote these rules out on some tablets of stone, like you can see there. They were the rules for all of the people, and he wrote them out. So we're going to have a think about what these rules were now. The first rule that Moses gave to the people from God was this one. It was, do not worship. That means to really love something. If you worship something, you really, really love it. Do not worship other gods. So what Moses was saying here is that people should just love God, this God, the God that Moses follows and the people followed. So they should do their best to love God and not love other things. Okay, and then it's the next rule that he gave, so number 2 is do not make idols. Now, idols are other things you can worship, like money or things like going out or clothes or things that you think are really, really important, but they're not really important. And so do not make other idols to worship, so only think about God. Well, then the next one is do not use God's name rudely. You see, sometimes people use God's name in a rude way, and Moses said we mustn't do that. We mustn't use God's name in a rude way as a swear word. Okay, now the next one, rule number 4, says keep the Sabbath day holy. This means that one day in the week you should keep it at a special time to be close to God. So the Sabbath day, lots of Christians nowadays have that day as a Sunday, a day that they go to church. Well, the next rule says you should respect your parents. This means that you must listen to the things that you're being taught and respect the grown-ups that are looking after you. Okay, the next one says do not murder. Now, obviously we know that that is a very big broken love thing to do, but really when we think about that, we should think about maybe not hurting people as well, and other things that we do that might show broken love. And then another one says do not come between a man and his wife. So if somebody is married to somebody, then they should stay married, they should stay close together, and nothing should come between them to stop them from being married to each other. And then the next one that Moses said was do not steal. That means to take something that is not yours, to take something that doesn't belong to you. And then the next rule was do not tell lies. Because we mustn't tell lies. That's a way of showing broken love, isn't it? If we've done something that wasn't very good, then we should always tell the truth. And then our last one says do not covet. Now, I wonder if you know what that means. To covet means to want something that somebody else has. So if this person has something that you would really like, you might have jealous feelings inside of you, and you might want to have what that person has. Now, all of these rules that Moses gave were things that people should think about today as well. Because if you keep all of these rules that God has said, then actually you will be doing your best to be the best person that you can be, to show as much love as you can, and to be the best person that God created you to be. So I wonder if you can think about those rules today, and think about something that you maybe find difficult, and maybe you could try to keep some of those rules that you've maybe struggled to keep. That way, you know that you'll be being the best person that you can be.